You are listening to Rocket Shop Radio Hour here at Big Heavy World. I'm your host, Abby BK, and with us in the studio today, we have Brunch. How are you guys?
Good. Say it.
Doing good.
Yeah, everyone
Good.
say your piece. So we had you here. We were talking about this before being on air almost 2 years ago to the date. So exciting that you're back. Do you want to just
We're
go
happy to be here.
around and say everyone's name and their instrument just so people can know who's doing what?
I thought you were going
Or
to say
just
our name and
announce
our
it. Yeah, whatever's
Instagram.
easier.
Okay. Mason Cosman to my right on bass. Cameron Minkar to my left on guitar. Aiden Flanagan to the rear of me on drums. And then I'm Philip Byrne, and I also play guitar.
Awesome. So what have you been up to since you were in here last? Lots of stuff. Any big updates?
Lots of stuff. The first thing we ever put out was 2 years ago, and that
Yeah.
was Rocket Shop, and that was an EP. And then about 6 months after that, we recorded an album with Orion Hackney at the Box Studios on Pine Street and released that. And then about half a year ago, we recorded an EP at the Music Lab in Essex with Scott Mullen. And then we released that, and we had a very nice time doing all those things, and we've gotten a very nice reaction. So our heads haven't gotten too big, though.
It's been cool.
Nice. I didn't realize that we were your first EP of this performance.
Yes.
Sure were.
We didn't have any money to
We've
record
made
it in the
recording,
studio,
too.
so
That's
we
so
came here and we
fair.
got some great tracks.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You're moving forward in the world. We love it. So how did you all come together and form Brunch? Do you want to tell everyone your story from back in the day? All right,
So Phil and I just started. Phil and I met at UVM, and we had classes together. And then we just ran into each other, and we both played music. And then we just started playing music together in our apartments. And then we started a band with our friend Mike, and he had a drum kit, so we would just go over there. And then we needed a bass player, so Mason came along, and then Mike moved away out west. Yeah, he started. Well, he first moved out to Utah, and now he's out in Alaska catching salmon. and then we needed a drummer, so then Aiden gladly showed up, and yeah, and then that's been the lineup since.
Awesome. So obviously you started out in college, and have you all since graduated since then?
No.
Me and Phil have. These two are still in school.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm still doing it. I'm still
Gotcha.
going.
Yes. So how has sort of that transition been for the two of you from like playing kind of the college scene to, expanding your horizons?
I don't really think that there's like a separate UVM scene besides maybe
Yeah.
like the way that house shows work a lot of the time is like it will be a student and it'll be like student housing and they'll
Right.
get their friends to come. But otherwise, I don't think there's like all the student bands that we know play with people who aren't students either and
Mhm.
are just other members of the community. And so it doesn't really feel like there's a divide. I like being graduated though because I don't have homework, but it's like some people still have homework and stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely not something to miss out on anymore. Well, awesome. Well, we would love to hear your first song. So what have you got?
Cool.
What? What's this song called?
Angel White Hot. Okay, who's ready?
I'm ready.
Angel White Hot, take one.
just say it. Heavy world. There are 60 seconds in a minute. 60 minutes an hour. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 24 hours a day. 365 hours a year. How many seconds a day? How many hours a year? How many memories can you make? How many moments in a lifetime? How many seconds a day? How many hours a year? How many moments a lifetime? How many memories can you make?
Brunch with, was it Angel White Hot?
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Okay, yay. So I'd love to like learn more about your writing process and how you all collaborate when you're working on songs. So do you want to take us through kind of what that looks like for you?
Do you want to take this, man? This is like amazing question.
Perfect.
You're tall, man. I feel like it's a mix. We don't have like a set process. I don't think anyone does, that's a cop out answer. But I feel like that song is a one that Phil came in with and had like the whole thing just in his head and like on guitar, which I think is definitely the fastest way to write a song. But then there's a lot of other songs that I think like come to fruition through their own like strife in like a really positive way. Like I think the last one that we'll play today, Loose Ends, that's one that like really like was just like ideas and like cutting and pasting everything together in a way that like never, like we didn't know if we were gonna have a song at the end of it, which is, well, they're fun. And I think we've grown as people since we've started a band, and you've played with music with people for 2.5 years, and then all of a sudden there's a certain trust to be critical of each other that I think there is important, that like we know that like we might be like bickering a little bit at the end of a practice, but like we're gonna show up with stuff ready for the next one.
Yeah. So since you all like sing and have your different parts within the different songs, are you each contributing the lyrics, or do you tend to have like one person who's writing most of the words, or does that also vary depending on who's like singing?
I think like it's another.
Yeah, it's more go with the
sometimes,
flow.
like,
Yeah.
That's another one where
Mostly whoever sings just makes it up.
Gotcha. Nice.
or like a lot of times like there'll be like a certain spot where it's like I know I want lyrics here, but I don't know what they are. So like someone will have a melody and there's
Try to
a lot
fill it
of
in.
muttering and boos at band practice to get a melody out until the words show up.
Gotcha. So what is everyone's like individual background with their instrument? Like how long have you been playing each of your set roles?
I sort of started playing drums with this band. I was like, my only experience drumming before joining Brunch was just doing like home recording stuff. So like I bought like a kit when I was in middle school from like Junk Teaks for like, I don't know, some trash kit, some of which is still here. I think these cymbals are actually from that kit, but for better or for it. But so yeah, I was just sort of like, I didn't really know anybody that went to my high school who really played music. So I was like, well, I guess I can't really join bands. I guess I kind of just am going to chill in my basement and hang out and use Audacity and just stack tracks. And well, I want drums on this, so I guess I've got to learn how to play drums. And got to college and really wanted to join a band. I saw these guys needed a drummer. And so I hit them up and I said I was a drummer, which was sort of true. But now I think it's pretty much true.
You manifested it. You spoke it into existence.
Yeah, something like that. But definitely playing in a band as the drummer, like, you know, it's a trial by fire. Like, I'd only ever played to a metronome before, and it was kind of crazy going to the first practice and being like, oh, shoot, like, these guys are waiting for me to count it in. And then I have to keep it going or whatever. So definitely it was a learning curve, but it's been a really valuable experience.
Yeah. How about anyone else? I don't know if we want to go in a circle.
I think my parents got me guitar lesson or two when I was like 11, and I really just didn't like it. It like made my fingers hurt, and like it didn't sound good, and it like just kind of sucked, and so I dropped it. And then in high school, I really didn't have all that much going on, and I wanted to do something with my time, and I still had a guitar, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll learn it, and then maybe people will like me or something. And then I did that for like a month of like figuring out chord positions and playing like Neutral Milk Hotel songs. And then there just must have been a point, and it probably took a couple months, honestly, but there must have just been like a point where I was like, wait, I really like doing this. And then I would just like spend like time that I would have spent like playing video games or like watching TV. I just spent like over and over again, like playing the same things on my guitar and like playing along to like a looper pedal and just like learning how to make things sound the way that you want them to sound. And eventually I got to join a band and play live and put the skills I worked on to use.
To the test.
To the
Yes.
test. Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
So tall. Oh my god. I feel I've been playing. I played bass for probably about 2 years since before I joined this band. I played guitar a lot as a teen and such. And I remember my parents would always go to church, and there was the church band, and I was living in like the weirdly rural part of Massachusetts where there's like nothing happening. So it was like, well, I want to play live music, so like the church band is what that is. But that was cool because I was learning like old gospel songs and like standards and like a lot of like country grooves and that. So that was like what really like formed how I play bass, I feel like. And then yeah, I like, I don't know, trying to do more than just playing root notes on the bass.
Yeah.
It's an art to have.
I was 9 years old. I was getting really into music. I had like an iPod with like CD burned songs on it. So I had like Green Day, Dookie, and like Van Halen, and like Nevermind, and just like really guitar driven music. And I was just listening to that a bunch. And then I got like Rock Band, the video game, and I was just like playing that and like just kind of got the coordination down, and I just like the feeling of like rocking out to music. And then I just like went to Advanced Music one day, got one of those like Squire starter packs, had the amp, had the guitar, and from there just was, you know, trying to learn all of the songs that were like power chord driven. And I didn't really bother like learning like other people's solos and like all that. I just wanted to like jam out power chords, so really just became a rhythm player after that. And yeah, from there just trying to play as much. But I grew up in like rural Vermont too, so you know, like I had like a band in middle school, but we didn't really have any gigs, so it kind of dissolved. And then I was like in high school, just like out in Richmond, like there was nowhere to really play as a kid. So until I got to college is when I really like started to. I think I definitely leveled up when I started playing with a band and like with Brunch and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's my lore.
I love that Rock Band is part of your story. Like, I wonder how many people in the world can also say that. You know what I mean? I
That's how
loved
Post
Rock
Malone
Band.
started, yeah.
It was amazing. Well, we would love to hear your second song. So, what do you have next?
Yeah, cool. The song's called 2053.
At the edge of the bed we used to share. Read it over one more time. I think this time I see the trend. Well, you're not the first, but I thought you'd be the last. This is what I was looking for in 2033. Well, don't you be afraid of what's the uncertainties, but those times were the best. Thanks.
All right. 2053 brunch. So, how often would you say you guys are like writing new material and bringing it to each other? And how often are you rehearsing it? Yeah. How much is like all the time? Like, how often are you getting together and practicing?
All day.
Every day.
I mean, it's true because he's not wrong because we do talk like all the time, like in our group chat, and we're always like sending little voice memos or like video clips of like, hey, what if we made this into something? Or even more common than that, like sending a song and being like, listen to the way like the bass line sounds on this, or like listen to how it grooves, and like maybe we can incorporate that. So it really is like thinking about it all the time and just like waiting for the right opportunity to like put your ideas into something concrete.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you had just released an EP this year in 2024. And now, since you're collaborating all the time over text, how many like new songs have you been writing since you released that?
All these ones we're playing today are new.
All new, yeah. Cool. So, do you find that you're playing your new stuff out more, or are you still recycling the
especially
the EP?
because we play in Burlington a lot, and like our friends are coming to our shows. It's like
They know
we
the
don't
stuff.
they know our songs, so we don't want to play them stuff that if they're coming to our shows like every 2 weeks or whatever it is, because like we have a lot of people who do show out, and like it's awesome, but we want to give them something new, so we're like constantly trying to put new stuff in. And like even there's like a couple songs we've like tried out once or twice, and it's like, oh, maybe like this isn't the vibe that we're going for, and then we just like drop them or like put them in our back pocket and keep going. But it's always like it's always fun to like stay on your toes and like keep trying new things, even if you don't think that they're necessarily ready. Like what the worst that's gonna happen, like no one's gonna really be like, this sucks. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it's a good motivator to continue to like write new material too, so that people don't, I don't know, there's a little something for them not to expect. Yeah, I love that. So in terms of like how you choose songs for your projects, then what is that process like? So if you're writing all the time, how do you like know which ones go together for certain projects?
I don't think there's any rhyme or reason for it.
A feeling.
It's like what's ready, like what do we all like. Yeah, what's ready, I think, is just the biggest determiner, because we don't have money. Like we don't have like we get like 2 days in a studio, and we have to like show up and know what we're gonna do and be like really prepared to do it. So that's, I mean, it's DIY, and like there's pros and cons to DIY, which is like we can show up to a stage and play whatever we want, but when it comes to recording something, we have like very tight schedule of like what we can record. And there obviously is like some creativity and like choice of songs, but I do think a lot of it is down to like what we have and what we really feel like is something that we can put on a record within 48, 72 hours and have just ready and be happy with at the end of it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you've very consistently been putting out music too. So are you hoping in 2025 to release some new stuff like what you're playing now?
2025 will be the year of brunch.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Any like ideas yet of what that will be, or are you still like?
Yes, but we can't give it away.
All right, it's all a surprise. Okay.
It's a surprise to us too.
Okay, yeah. You got to keep us, guessing. Yeah, lullabies. Yeah, I'd like to hear that. Yeah, keep us on our toes, like surprise us, do something crazy. But in the meantime, we'd love to hear your third song. So, what have you got?
Check. Okay, any chance I can get some more slack off this? Brunch, cut us some slack, please. Brunch, oh God, oh please, why?
You heard it here.
Yeah. The death of brunch. This song's called Dr. Benoit. It's about a book called Naked Lunch.
You're listening to Rocket Shop. This is Brunch.
It's like a tumbleweed.
I know, that was awesome, though. You were so into it. Sent it flying over there. So tell us a little bit more about gigging. So how often are you guys out in the scene rehearsing and playing? And what are your favorite places to gig at these days?
I really love a Radio Bean show. Yeah, Radio Bean's the old reliable of the Burlington scene. Junk Teaks. I think Junk Teaks is our favorite venue to play at because they have. It's just. I mean, they're all such characters.
Yeah,
they're all just such great people over there too.
The sound's also really good.
Shockingly good.
It's always a cool crowd. Just good vibes.
Yeah, that's in the Old North End, like near Despacito, right?
Right across from Philhom.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that they were doing gigs there. That's sick.
Yeah, they set up a whole canopy tent out back in the summer for outdoor gigs. They'll set up a whole canopy tent out back, PAs, and then they'll have gigs inside too. I have one of my friends' bands played there. Shout out Fundamental Issue, and they were saying that Finn, the owner, was like holding like fine china against the walls as like kids were moshing, and he was like, "Keep going, though."
Oh my gosh,
Mr. President.
So if you all had to like collectively choose someone, like your dream collab to like gig with, to play live with, do you know like who you choose?
No, that was in the studio. Who would we collab with? But play live.
Well, you can have different opinions too. Like you're all different
Steely
people.
Dan.
That'd be the funniest show.
I'd love to see what Donald Fagen thinks of us.
It could be like people alive or dead. Like if you want to go to the past and resurrect them, go ahead. John Lennon.
I would play the show and then I would warn him.
Bro,
I'd have him. I think John Lennon. I'd have him sit
watch
in.
out, bro.
He could sit in on Big Bird or something like that.
It'd be fun to play with, like Iggy Pop or like, or even like, you know, even playing with Rough Francis would be really cool. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not like they're local, but like it'd be really fun to play a gig with them.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And so individually, do you all tend to listen to like rock, punk music, or do you listen to like a variety of music? And do you feel like what you listen to plays into like what you end up writing?
I think yes and no. I don't know. At least for me, I think we all listen to a whole swath of things because like I don't know. I think we're all old enough that like you can't listen to punk music all day and
Right.
like feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I don't
There's
really,
a certain point where I need to hear an acoustic guitar in my ear.
I don't really listen to
Take a
this
deep
kind of
breath.
stuff that much.
I didn't really listen to punk rock. I listen to a lot of punk rock music, but yeah, also just like a bunch of different stuff. Go over there.
Gotta come over here. I can't hear you.
Yeah, we want to hear you.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of good music, including punk rock. My Spotify playlist has like 300 hours on it, so
Shout out Spotify.
shout out Spotify, but also shout out music.
Yeah.
I feel like all of us, like we have some different music tastes, but occasionally there will be like one or two like bands in the rotation that like we're all of us listening to at the same time, and then we'll take so like a month or two ago we were all really into we were all really into Fontaine's DC and like modern post-punk and stuff, and so when all of us are listening to that and then like someone sends a song and it's like, yo, this is like so cool what they're doing here, you kind of take that with you. But I don't know, the way like, you know, I think we all use Spotify, and so we're all streaming music, and so you just have access to so much stuff, and you're so unlikely to like sit down and like put on a record and listen to the whole album through, and instead you'll be listening to like, okay, here's like my friend's band in Burlington, and then here's like the Smashing Pumpkins, and then here's like Ella Fitzgerald, like right after each other, and it's so seamless that things just kind of blend together, and so I feel like when we're writing, we're not really like, let's make this like a grunge song, or like let's make this one more post-punky, but it's more so like, I don't know, it's more subtle, and like your influences kind of seep in, and you think you're writing something, but you know, you don't know what's going on in your brain or what you're pulling from all the time. So hopefully it's just one
Just a conduit.
happy melting pot, and then hopefully the product that comes out is something really cool.
Yeah. So when you gig, are you playing mostly or all your originals, or do you also throw in some covers in there too?
Oh, we love covers, but it's mostly originals.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we
play, like, a
love
few
doing
Yeah,
covers.
that was my
country
follow-up
covers.
question. So when you do covers, is it also just like a mix of genres and songs? You keep us guessing as well.
Yeah, we
Kinda.
like
That's
country or like pop covers, and like it all ends up like just sounding like us because we're the ones that are playing it. But
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
I feel like at least I press this opinion is that the golden rule of a cover is that if it doesn't sound different enough, I don't think there's a point in doing it.
Yeah.
If you can't if there's not like a real like change you can make, at least like one that you can keep in the rotation. Like I love to throw a song in like once to please a crowd. I feel like our go-to like crowd pleasing is Where Is My Mind. Like we play that and like everyone is immediately like, I know this one.
we used to do Bad Romance.
Really? Fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that, like trying to have your own artistic identity with the song to make it your own. And yeah, you don't want all the covers to sound the same, then that's boring.
Plus, if you're doing a cover of a song that you really like, and it's a really good song, then like you don't really want to like make a song that you really like, but that's worse than the one that you really like. It's better to like do something different and try and bring your own DNA into it.
Yeah, or maybe you can only do covers of songs you hate
Ooh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
and make it something that you like.
Yeah.
Let's turn that that negative mindset around, maybe.
Cool. Maybe instead of like Rocket Shop where you do 4 originals, it's like you have to play 4 of your least favorite songs.
Yep, and make them your own.
Yeah.
This is a great idea. Like, someone write this down. Well, we'd love to hear your last song. So, what have you got for your last one?
This one is called Loose Ends. Testing. I think we're good.
That was Loose Ends by Brunch. Well, we're here in the last couple of minutes of the show, and we always like to give everyone who comes on the chance to promote yourself and tell us where we can follow you and support your music and hear you. So the floor is yours.
We're Brunch. You can find us in Burlington, Vermont. And on Instagram, we're Brunch the Band. On Facebook, we're Brunch the Band. On YouTube, we're Brunch the Band. Most places, we're Brunch the Band. We are playing Brattleboro at the Stone Church on Friday, and it is going to be awesome. And then hopefully we'll play around Radio Bean and Monkey House and Junk Teaks and our little home bases sometime soon.
Awesome. Well, everyone, keep an eye out and follow along with Brunch. But thank you guys so much for coming back on the show.
Thanks for having us.
2 years
This is super
later.
fun. Woo!
So you need to come back on this exact date.
2 years from now.
2 years
be
from
there.
now.
Everyone who's listening,
Yeah.
2026.
We're like speaking it into existence. It's got to be this like second, third week of November again. But
We're gonna be like rich by then. Hopefully,
yeah,
so.
maybe you'll have outgrown us by then, but you still have to come back.
Impossible.
You have to come back. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much for listening to Rocket Shop Radio Hour at Big Heavy World. I'm your host, Abby BK, and we hope you have a wonderful day or night. We'll see you next time.